Unauthorized purchase of sheets right there.
All right. Good evening, folks. Certainly good to see all of you here this evening. We enjoy seeing a crowd, particularly when we know it's not because we're raising taxes. No, we're not raising taxes. That's for sure. Before I get too far off track here, let's call the roll, please.
Councilmember Lyles.
Here.
Councilmember McCarty.
Here.
Councilmember Stovall.
Here.
Vice Mayor Mullins. Here. Mayor Gross.
Here. All right, folks, in just a second, I'll ask you to stand for our Pledge of Allegiance and our moment of silence. Here in the town of Vinton, we use a moment of silence so that everyone can pray or meditate as they see fit. I'll be praying. I hope you will. If you do, I would ask you to keep this country, this community, and this council meeting in your thoughts and prayers. And Councilman Lyles, in charge of our pledge.
Yeah, I think everybody here knew who I was, and I was going to ask somebody, and so everybody waited out in the hallway and came in 2 minutes before, so I didn't get a chance to ask anybody, so I'm good, so.
All right. Oh, what a rare treat.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, folks, I certainly want to thank all of you for being here, and we'll start the meeting with community events. Councilmember McCarty.
Okay. July the 11th at 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Mingle at the Market with the Kings. And that's it. Only have one. But anyway, we've had so much going on. So, but we also encourage folks to visit one of the many restaurants and entertainment venues in our community. For more information, you can find it on each venue's website or social media. And for everything that is going on in Vinton, please visit the In Vinton Facebook page and don't forget to like and share.
Okay, thank you. Lots of backyard barbecues, right?
That's right.
Always good. All right, with that, we'll move to council activities. Vice Mayor Mullins.
Thank you. I have a lot, so we're evening out over here. I feel like we haven't been here in ages. So back to June 18th, Mayor Gross attended the Regional Commission Executive Committee meeting. June 23rd, Mayor Gross attended the Regional Partnership Investor Update. June 25th, Mayor Gross attended the Regional Commission Board meeting. June 25th and 26th, Councilmember Stovall attended the VML Board meeting at Sweetbriar College. June 27th, Councilmember Lyles attended Mingle in the Market. June 29th, Councilmember McCarty participated in trash pickup with William Byrd High School and the Vinton Breakfast Lions Club. July 4th, Mayor Gross attended the 4 on the 4th race. Attended, not participated.
No.
July 4th,
Sure.
Mayor Gross, Vice Mayor Mullins, Councilmember Lyles, and Councilmember Stovall attended the Independence Day celebration. I'm just teasing you. You were busy. You're a busy man.
Yeah, well, thank you. But yeah, that's it. I was too busy for
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you couldn't train.
Right. Yeah, no, I tell you what, there was a lot of really great athletes at that race because it was hot, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really hot, but yet they were out there running. I admire those folks a lot. Okay, thank you for that. Next item, request to postpone or change the order of the agenda. No changes? Okay, if not, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which tonight contains the minutes of the regular meeting of June 16th, 2026. Are there any changes or additions? Nope, hearing none. We'll entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All right, now to the fun stuff. Chief, it's all yours, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council, staff, prestige guests. We're proud and privileged to introduce the newest member of the town of Vinton family and the Vinton Police Department. I call Josiah to come up here. With Josiah, of course, is his lovely wife, Samantha, who is right over here. Raise your hand. Josiah's dad, Keith. His mom, Carol. Sister, Rebecca. I'm going off memory. I'm trying to memorize. Samantha's dad, Tim. And mom, Dina. I got it.
Wow, way to go.
Josiah was born in St. James, Jamaica, and was raised in Bedford County, Virginia. He is a graduate of Stanton River High School and and studied biblical studies at Cedarville University in Ohio. Fun fact, school that Lieutenant Scott Hurd also went to, tiny little school in Ohio. At school, he was recognized on the Dean's List for his academic achievement, During his first year of college, Josiah answered the call to serve by enlisting in the United States Army. He ultimately attained the rank of sergeant while serving as a field artillery cannon crew member. You know what that is? It's the big guns in the back with the howitzers, right?
That's right, sir.
Yeah.
They're mean. Combat arms position. During his military service, Sergeant St. Clair then proudly defended our nation during the global war of terrorism, serving in combat operations in Syria during Operation Inherent Resolve. Throughout Josiah's hiring process, one thing became abundantly clear to us. He served his country with unwavering pride, humility, and dedication to our nation and safety. His military evaluations consistently highlighted his qualities, those same qualities. He was recognized as mission-focused, technically proficient, a trusted leader, an exceptional teacher, and a mentor that's instrumental to the mission's success, resiliency under pressure, and wholly committed to the welfare of those around him. One accomplishment that really stood out for me personally was he was recognized that his unit lacked a unit chaplain. Then Specialist St. Clair took it upon himself to establish a voluntary prayer and Bible study group for his fellow soldiers. He sought to improve morale, provide encouragement during difficult times, and create an environment where others could find strength, purpose, and hope. His evaluation specifically noted that he routinely took time to care for his fellow soldiers who were struggling and demonstrated genuine concern for the mental well-being far beyond what's expected of someone his position at that time. Much of this was also done in his off-duty time. So to me, that says everything about someone's character when you're willing to sacrifice your time for someone's needs. At such a young age, Josiah understood that leadership is not about rank. Leadership is about serving others, and it's about putting the needs of your people before your own. And it's about troop welfare. Those are precisely the qualities that we seek as the guardians that we call police officers in this modern age, and those that serve and wear our badge at the Vinton Police Department. While continuing to serve in the Army National Guard, Josiah attended Cardinal Criminal Justice Academy, graduated in October 25, and it's no surprise he excelled there academically as well. He graduated with outstanding scores, earned the distinction of class officer, and a reflection of the respect and confidence his classmates and instructors placed in him. Standing beside Josiah right now as we speak is his wonderful wife, Samantha, who is his high school sweetheart. Essentially, this is like an all-American story.
Yeah.
Kid falls in love with a young lady in high school, goes to war, comes back, serves his community, marries the girl. Just a story that you could write a book about and build a life upon.
Great.
Huh?
It's in the middle of 40.
Yeah, I should just. Together, Josiah and Samantha share their home with 2 dogs, a cat, a lizard, a flock of chickens, and ducks. As unique as that is, their family is growing. Josiah and Samantha, thank you for choosing the town of Vinton. We're honored that you have entrusted this community with the next chapter of your lives. We have every confidence that Officer St. Clair will serve our citizens the same way with integrity, courage, compassion, and a servant's heart that has defined his career and life thus far. So please join me in welcoming Officer Josiah St. Clair and Samantha to the Vinton Police Department. Pinning Josiah, of course, is Samantha. And they're gonna, so, I take a picture. We'll take a picture real quick.
Good to meet you.
And we met you all.
He's got a couple days on us and back in there.
Hey,
Welcome.
Welcome, McKee. Hey, yes, sir. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. See you again. Congratulations. How are you? Nice to meet you. Super. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
You stand up here with me. Well,
So, Mike,
we're pretty excited. As you can see, he's an exceptional young man. I only wish at his age that I was as mature and had a resume quite like that. It speaks volumes of him. And we're very excited to have him and blessed to have his family in attendance today.
thank you very much. Council, any comments, Mike? You're more.
Yeah, first off, let me welcome the family and everybody that's here and welcome you. First off, thank you for choosing the town of Vinton. You got a great, great resume right there, but you didn't make a bad choice. Actually, years ago, I know it looked like I just left about a month ago, but it was years ago. I was a police officer here, and this department is, it's solid. It's a solid department, and I talk to people that, regularly in law enforcement, and you made a great choice. And once again, thank you for choosing the town, and we wish you a lot of success and stay here many years, my man.
Sir.
We are happy to have you, and your resume is just really, really impressive, and that's what we want to see, and we appreciate you taking care of our town. And Chief and Deputy Chief, y'all do such a good job finding us some good candidates, and we want you to stay.
Yeah, well said. Yes, so certainly want to welcome you, and glad to see the families here with you. It just shows you what kind of solid support system you have, and obviously, Chief, you guys did a great job in finding this man. And there's some people that you really like right off the bat, and I had a pleasure of meeting Officer St. Clair on July 4th, and we just I enjoyed meeting you. We had some fun on 4th of July, so I'm glad you're here, and I hope you stay a long time. Thank you.
Well, just like everybody else said, glad to have you. I'm a Stanton River graduate, so welcome home. And we're just blessed to have a wonderful staff here in Vinton. We have the best police department, and you've definitely joined a family, and we'll embrace you. And if there's ever anything that you need, please don't hesitate to let us know.
Yeah, I think everybody said everything, but welcome. We always get the best of the best, and truly, it's another example of what we are able to obtain here. And welcome to the family. I told him when he come up here that if I could just get Mike to understand that you can learn a lot from McKee. He's been raised good. You got a great resume, and we are the ones that are lucky here. So, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you, sir, for being here. Thank you, folks. Certainly good to see all of you.
We won't be offended if you leave.
No, not at all. By the way, good to see all you officers here tonight, too, to support the new officer. That's great. Good to see you. Okay, next item is citizens petitions. I don't see anyone in the audience tonight, so I don't assume there are any that's come into the office. So we'll move on to briefings, and I understand we're going to talk about border improvements and greenway projects and all kinds of good stuff, right?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor, members of the Town Council. I'm sure you all already hear some of the project, but Nathan and I will be giving giving you a brief update of all the project that we are coordinating. First one is the Walnut Phase 3, which is the middle of Walnut Avenue. I'm looking forward for the whole corridor to be finished. It is a smart scale funded project. It's about $7.7 million, and the construction should be about $2.7 million. So staff has been working meeting with VDOT Salem District since 2023 on this project, and of course this project involves few property owners, Mr. Peters, Jamie, Hurt, myself, and Nathan. We met with Mr. Lafferty, Mr. Belcher several times, and as of last Tuesday, June 30th, both the Belchers, the Lafferty signed the agreement with VDOT. I know Mr. Patsell, the Patsell family were the first one to sign on as far as the agreement for VDOT to purchase the needed easement. Having said that, so we are looking at the construction bid to be advertised this October, and for the construction project to be completed by fall 2027. So the second one is the Dogwood Boulevard, formerly Bypass Road and Hardy Road Roundabout. It is about this project also is going to be administered by VDOT Salem District, just like Walnut Avenue Phase 3. This project is also funded by Smart Scale, and you can see the cost of the project. Normally when it's involved big project, we would like VDOT to manage those projects since there's so much stuff involved. The estimated project cost is about $14.1 million, for construction to be about $13 million. It is to be advertised in June. They are in the right-of-way phase right now, and for the construction bid to be advertised in June of next year, and will be construction to be completed in the fall of 2029. So during construction, we have been meeting with them. As far as Hayden Hill is the project manager with VDOT. She always email me if there's anything, if they need any help. They did have a public hearing for this one, because when they sent out the email, they intend to hold a public hearing. Few people have a lot of questions, so they held the public hearing at the Winter War Memorial last year. The Walnut Avenue, we did not. They sent a letter, notice of intent to hold, but nobody requested for a public hearing on that one. So the third one is the Lake Creek Phase 3. The Phase 4 in Roanoke County has been completed. So now we're waiting for this Phase 3. This is just for the engineering, and it'll be administered by Roanoke Valley Allegheny Regional Commission. VDOT Salem District kind of encourage the town to consider for Roanoke Valley Allegheny Regional Commission to administer the project. Since it's only engineering phase, and they have never done VDOT funded project before. So we've been working with them since 2023 regarding for this project, and we hope that the 30% engineering phase will be completed by October. We hired RK&K consultant company. They're also the one that basically is the engineering firm during the construction for Walnut Phase 2. A really good firm. And so this one will involve several private property owners as far as the proposed corridor of the Greenway. So we hope that by having the PE, the 30% preliminary engineering completed, we can look for construction grant for SDBG in the fall, or TA. So SDBG is always 80-20. TA is, SDBG is 100% funded. TA is 80-20. So we are hoping that we can go for the construction grant application next year. So depending on how much we're talking about as far as this project, we may phase that. We're looking at Phase 1 or Phase A from Vineyard Road to downtown Vinton, and then the second phase from downtown to the Trailhead parking existing trailer parking on Gasnet. And then Nathan will cover the next three on for the next three project that he is coordinating. So we kind of between the two of us, we are doing like 6 projects. We'd be happy to answer any question at the end of the presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of council. So the fourth project is the Route 24 Pedestrian Safety Improvement Project. These are pedestrian safety improvements, including ADA compliant curb ramps, newly marked crosswalks, pedestrian signal heads and countdown signals, and also reconstructing existing access entrances and pedestrian refuge islands. So this is pedestrian safety improvements from the PFG intersection going east down Virginia Avenue and then north up South Pollard to Jefferson Street. All included, it includes 14 pedestrian crossing improvements, including 5 locations at 5 unsignalized intersections and then 3 signalized intersections. We got the funding through the Virginia Highway Safety Improvement Program, which is HSIP. This is a VDOT program, and it's a quicker turnaround for VDOT in terms of like the time it takes. Is once you apply, it only takes about 3 years, which in the VDOT world, it's actually fast. And so we secured this funds, and then this is also another VDOT administered project. But as Anita mentioned, town staff work closely with VDOT throughout the whole process to make sure everything's what the town wants it to be. And, you know, they have a lot of questions about right-of-way and utilities and everything, so we try to assist them as much as possible with the design and everything throughout engineering, right-of-way, utilities, all the way to construction. The total project cost was around $2.6 million, and as of right now, the preliminary engineering is nearing completion, and they're entering the right-of-way phase. But that should be going out for construction bid of the summer of 2027. And just to mention that, just in case when the project does final design is complete, that doesn't include improving the linear portion of the sidewalk. It's just the curb ramps, crosswalks at the intersections, and but it doesn't include actually upgrading the sidewalks along the stretches between the intersections. But I just want to clarify that in case when the project gets underway and you see that the sidewalks are not also improved, it's just something to keep in mind. And that's part of the project's requirements, but it's also, you know, it's 2.6 million. If you were to do that, it would become like a $20-30 million project if you include everything. And also right now with the hotel site, we're working with the hotel developer because they're going to be improving right now the sidewalk fronting their property on Virginia Avenue up South Pollard to Cedar. So the sidewalk will be fully improved, and then this project would tie into that. The fifth project is the Vineyard Road Pedestrian Safety Improvement Project. This project came about, it is ranked highly amongst town staff and VDOT staff during our triennial meetings, but also it came about when a lot of the tenants of Clearview Manor Apartments were not able to traverse Vineyard Road safely at all. You may have seen that if you've been on that road. The sidewalk, there's really no good way for anyone who has any accessibility issues to go along that corridor. And that is a STBG project, STBG funded project, and that's going to be administered by Allison Stinnett with the Regional Commission, much like the Clay Creek Phase 3 is being administered by Aardvark as well. The total project cost estimate is $1.2 million, but in terms of what we have fully funded now is just the PE, and it's 100% PE plans, and that's kind of a strategy that localities uses to get the PE funded through the TPO, and then in the future apply for the next phases. Also, it gives a better cost estimate, so it's more accurate in terms of timing with inflation, and just you don't really know until you get into design. You really don't know the unknowns, and so once we get to 100% design on that project, we'll be able to apply for those future phases, just like we're doing with Clay Creek Phase 3. And if you look at the map, it does jump across this. There are a lot of right-of-way constraints and entrance issues along that corridor, but it includes 2 crosswalks, and but you do have to jump across the street at one point. But you think finally you'll be able to go across both sides of the of that corridor on the east and western side of Vineyard Road. And really will serve as Clearview Manor Park. Over 100 residents live there, and they'll safely be able to get and use the sidewalks and not have to be in the roadway, which they do now. And beyond just the Clearview residents, anybody coming from Hardy Road will be able to go north and south on one of our busiest corridors in the town in terms of commercial corridors. Finally, the road safety audit for Hardy Road. This is coming off of our Safe Streets for All plan that was adopted as an amendment to our comp plan. This is currently, we're working on the grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Transportation. There's a 20% match from the town, which only amounts to $20,000 of the total $100,000 that we're getting from the federal government. And this is just coming off of that Route 24 pedestrian safety plan, Safe Streets for All plan that identified Hardy Road as one of the most dangerous roadways in the town of Vinton in terms of severe injury and fatal crashes. And this will just be a study from Chestnut Street all the way down to the new roundabout, and it's going to provide recommendations for what we can do to make that corridor more safe and flow better, but then also make it more safe specifically for vehicles. And so the study is estimated to start in the fall of 2027. The 2027 is going to be a big year for the town in terms of things finishing up construction, starting construction, study starting. So those are all of our transportation updates at this time.
Right. Thank you, sir. Council, you have any questions or comments?
That's a lot going on. I don't think people realize what goes on behind the scenes and how long it takes to get things done and the point of getting them done for safety's sake. So I appreciate it very much.
Lucky to have Vinton and Valley and Region Commission to help us to administer the.
Yeah.
And I know the Stovall and Mr. Law also very involved with the GPO, so it's aware of all this project that we have.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the update, and I agree with what the vice mayor said, but there's a lot going on. And of course, I think it'll enhance the appearance in almost every case, but more importantly, there are a lot of safety improvements there. I see folks walking on Vineyard Road now. It's not very good way to walk through there. So I'm looking forward to that. For the residents. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to all of them, but that's a good one to work on, that's for sure. So thank you folks for the update.
Thank you.
Okay, with that, we'll move on to items that require action, and we will start with the financial report of June 30, 2024. Hello, Tiffany.
Good evening, Mayor and members of Council. This evening, I am presenting the fiscal year 2024 audit for consideration and approval. Before you, you should have the final copy of the fiscal year 2024 annual financial report. If you will recall, Brown Edwards provided a full presentation of the audit financials on June 16th. Their review of the town's financial statements resulted in an unmodified opinion stating that our statements presented fairly in all material respects. So all of our reporting has been completed in accordance to state and federal guidelines. And at this time, I just request that council approve the fiscal year 2024 audit as presented. And if y'all guys have any questions now or in the future, just email me, call me, stop by, and I will gladly help.
Thank you, Tiffany. And you're right, we've been through this a couple of times.
Mayor, I'll make the motion.
It's kind of like the budget.
Yeah.
Adopt the resolution, the annual financial report for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024.
And I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Stovall, second by Vice Mayor Mullins. Please call the roll.
Yes.
Councilmember Carney,
Yes.
Councilmember Snyder,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, folks, and thank you, Tiffany.
Mayor Gross, if I may, I just wanted to make a couple comments. First of all, I want to thank Tiffany and her team for getting the this particular audit done. She's actually working on 3 audits at once, if I'm not mistaken. This one has been quite challenging just because of some of the delays. Working through our new financial accounting software. This is about the same time that all that conversion was taking place, in addition to all of the additional staff changes we've had in the financial office. So I think they have certainly found their footing, and we'll be bringing another one of these to you fairly shortly, and then followed by a third one, hopefully, and be just caught up to date like we normally have been in the past. You do have 2 hard copies at your place. I did send you the electronic version of the financial report. If you'd like this one financially electronically as well, I can certainly send it. This information is also included here in the back, so it's kind of a little bit duplicate. This is just more detailed, but all the information is in the back. And this item, actually, we will also discuss at the next Finance Committee. So we'll go in more detail with Mike and Brad at the next Finance Committee. So I just wanted to provide those little additional explanations. But again, thank you, Tiffany, and all your team for the hard work. Thank you, sir.
And just very briefly, I'd certainly like to echo that these folks have been working hard on this. I think they've had an uphill climb for a while, and you guys have conquered that hill, so we appreciate all the hard work. Thank you. Okay. Where are we? We have a motion and a second, is that right?
Yes.
Pardon me?
Yes, all that's recorded. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So next item is the intergovernmental agreement. Oh.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and. Sorry. Oh, no, I didn't.
We're just making sure we voted.
We did.
Yeah.
My comments were after everything's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of council. You'll remember at our last council meeting, I brought before you an ordinance that would repeal the previous intergovernmental agreement between the 5 localities that would sort of abolish the Roanoke Valley Greenway Commission in its existing state. And then, as promised, bring a second action to you all tonight for a resolution that would have you all adopt this Second Amendment and restated intergovernmental agreement regarding the Roanoke Valley Greenway now committee. And so this new Roanoke Valley Greenway committee will serve as an advisory body to the Roanoke Valley Regional Commission. So Megan and I have gone round and round with all the acronyms and all the committees and commissions. But you have before you a resolution, and actually the resolution that you have before you has one addition to it in consultation with Jeremy and, of course, Mike Lockaby, who's been helping to shepherd this across the 5 localities and multiple sets of attorneys. We have added a 6th whereas clause, just making it very explicit that this is being adopted as of, to take effect as of July 1, 2026. So all the localities are being asked to make it effective July 1, 2026. So the updated resolution that you have before you just makes that very clear and explicit. So if you have any questions, be happy to answer them.
Okay. Thank you, Cody. Council, any questions or comments? No? All right, thank you. You have before you then a resolution that would adopt the intergovernmental agreement, and it's the updated resolution that includes the effective date of July 1, 2026. So I caught the glance there, Jeremy. So, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt the Second Amended and Reinstated Intergovernmental Agreement regarding the Roanoke Valley Greenway.
I'll second.
Okay, we have motion by Vice Mayor Marlin, second by Councilmember McCarty. Please call the roll.
Yes. Councilmember McCarty?
Yes.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Mullins?
Yes.
Mayor Gross?
Yes. Okay, with that, we'll move on to our public hearings for the evening. And we will start with hearing concerning the Walnut Avenue right-of-way. And I guess there you are.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the Town Council, this is in relation to the Walnut Avenue Phase 3.
Excuse me, let me officially open the public hearing. Now, please.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, members of the Town Council, as I mentioned earlier, this is regarding Walnut Avenue Phase 3. And I have mentioned earlier how complicated it is because there is already a lot of existing building with bay doors, everything. So I mentioned earlier that we met several times with the Lafferty family representative, Keith Lafferty and the Belchers. And as part of those negotiations, the town has to dedicate the existing Walnut Avenue right away to the Laffertys, about 1,178 square feet, and about 219 square feet to the Belchers. We already advertised the legal notice on Cardinal News as required by the state code because of the conveyance on June 17 and June 24th. Staff has been working with Mr. Carroll. In the course of this whole process, VDOT does require the construction easement, temporary construction easement. So the conveyance and the adoption of the ordinance will need to be done later on after the project is completed. But since we already advertised, we're gonna go ahead and have this public hearing about the proposal for the town to convey those right away to the Belchers and the Lafferty family LLC. So as I mentioned, this whole project will have about 1,600 linear feet on the north side of Walnut Avenue of sidewalk, new sidewalk, pavement marking of the bike lane, and then crosswalk at 2nd Street, and also the about 200 feet, the 700 feet on the Walnut side, on the south side of that. So I'll be happy to answer any question. Correct, Mr. Carroll, we do the conveyance.
Yeah, and I'll just add a little bit to what Anita was saying. As we went through the process, I did put together all the documents for the public hearing and for the ordinance and for the deeds. But as Anita and I continued to talk about it, I realized what is needed immediately is the construction easement, and that's being handled by VDOT. The right-of-way conveyance, where we're actually going to convey a little piece of the right-of-way to the Laffertys and the Belchers, really doesn't need to be finalized until after the project is completed or nearly complete, because we don't want to vacate the right-of-way if for some reason the project isn't completed. So the way we ended up structuring this evening was to go ahead and hold the public hearing on the issue of vacating the right-of-ways and conveying these small portions to the Belchers and the Laffertys. But we're going to ask you not to actually take action on the ordinance tonight. We'll come back and actually vote on the ordinances when the project is complete and acceptable to the town.
Okay.
We will have done the public hearing, and so all of the procedural requirements will have been accomplished. We'll just have to vote on the ordinance at a future meeting.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you for that explanation, Jeremy. Okay, thank you, Anita. I'll call for public comments. I don't guess you have any, right, Nathan? No, only teasing. All right, council, any questions, discussion? No? If not, we will officially close the public hearing, and as Jeremy explained, we will take action on this at a future date.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to our second public hearing of the evening, which concerns the 500 block of East Cleveland Avenue. And so we'll officially open the public hearing. Nathan, it's all yours.
Thank you. So the ordinance before you is a proposed ordinance to vacate, abandon, and discontinue any right, title, or interest the town may have in a 10-foot wide, 115-foot long area that's platted but unopened and undeveloped. This is an old alley, and based on my research, there was two older plats, large plats from the 1800s or early 1900s that converged together that made up a 10-foot alley. And at some point in history in the 1900s, the old Belcher store was put directly on top of the alley. And at that point, like no one paid really much mind to it. But obviously now that store is the Cleveland Mart, our mixed-use development project the town was also involved in, that houses 7 residential units and a commercial space. And usually these kind of issues when you have a paper alley or paper street don't come up until a title company is doing research on a property and they want these things cleared up, even if it doesn't cause any issues to the operation of the building, because this 10-foot alley actually runs directly through the middle of the building. So this is more procedural and more to clean up the property once and for all. But overall, it's an ordinance to close that alley. And also, the reason why this is pressing now, or why it came up, and we always intended to do this, but the Cleveland Mart is currently going through some, they're in the process of a loan process, and the title company found it. So in order for them to close on their loan, they actually need the town to move forward with this. And also, it's good practice, a good procedure to close a paper street or paper alley if it doesn't serve, or if it is impeding some kind of legal process, or if it runs through a building. It's good to clean it up now than wait. And right now it actually is pressing because it is holding up a financial process from a private owner, private developer. So the plat in the back of the package shows exactly where it was at. And we included language in the original subdivision that it would be vacated, but I've learned that you can't just add language to a plat and sign it. You have to, according to state code, you do have to have a public hearing and get it through an ordinance through a town council to actually vacate an ordinance or vacate an alley.
So good.
And there are different ways to vacate roads depending on what type of road or alley it is. And for this one, this is similar to what we used for the hotel when we vacated some roads around there. And it's the same process we're using for the right of way off of Walnut for the project that Anita was just discussing. Though in this case, we do want to actually take action tonight.
Later.
Okay, thank you for that. And thank you, Nathan. Again, I'll call for public comments. Don't hear any. Council, you have any questions, discussion? If not, I will officially close the public hearing. This one we are going to vote on, right? So, council, we need to consider a ordinance as described by Nathan and Jeremy.
I'll make it stood out an ordinance.
Okay.
I'll second.
Kind of bailed out on Mr. Mel. We have a motion by Councilmember Lyles and second by Councilmember McCarty. Please call the roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilmember Stieglus?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jones?
Yes.
Mayor Burns?
Yes. Okay. Thank you, folks. I don't see any reports from the committees. And Jeremy, I don't see anything listed, but I do appreciate your help tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess with that tie, you'd be out cutting grass today, right?
No, not in the rain, Mr.
Not in the rain. That's the one thing that stopped you, right? Mr. Town Manager, you have anything?
Just a couple items to update. First of all, just wanted to let council know that the underground storage tank at 3rd Street for the Public Works Department, we removed that some time ago, and there was some indication that there was some leakage of that at one point. So we did some additional groundwater and soil borings, and those came back negative. So we are in the clear and officially closed that report. So I wanted to give you that update. We also have a couple of new hires, rehires, I should say, of vacant positions, and we'll be introducing a couple more employees at the next council meeting on June 21st or July 21st. I want to publicly thank the Public Works Department and Police Department for the incredible work they did last week for the 4th and the fireworks. Particularly for the Public Works Department, that takes about a week to set up for that one event. And so there's a lot of preparation during the workday, but still a lot of preparation. And then obviously the team coming together on a otherwise holiday, which we enjoy doing. We like to show the citizens and visitors a great time, but it is an undertaking for the staff to come in and to do that. We work in shifts and teams. Extremely hot last week on top of that, so made it even more difficult. But You know, I know council has said this before, but you come through town on the very next morning, you can't tell there was an event with 10,000 people in town, which is pretty incredible. So great job to the Special Programs Division as well for organizing and putting all that detail together. There's an incredible amount of planning and preparation for that, and it went off without a hitch. And thanks to council for your support, because it requires funding to pull off that type of event. Without your support, we wouldn't even be able to start with. So lots of folks to thank on that. And then lastly, I just wanted to acknowledge we have officially began the transition of Chief Drummond assuming the role of Emergency Management Coordinator. We've already met with VDEM, Virginia Department of Emergency Management, and starting to that process of making those conversions. And Chief Drummond and Mandy Baker, his assistant in the PD, have already started updating the emergency operations plan. Previously, we had to do that plan update every 4 years, but VDEM, I guess the state of Virginia made a change to that and requires that update every 5 years. So we're due for one in 2027 based off the new calendar. But they've already started an update. So we're ahead of the game, and we'll be doing some more scenario-based exercises with VDEM in the fall and perhaps in the spring before we take it to adoption. But I just want to let council know that we're on that. Chief Drummond's on that, and we're getting that update done, and we'll have some updates with council in the future.
Great.
And I believe that is all I have.
All right. Thank you, sir, for that. Appreciate it. So, council, I'll turn it over to you. Councilman Lyles, you have anything further this evening?
Just that, mentioned I went to the bingo. It was the first time I've been to it in quite a while, and it has grown tremendously. Since last time I went to it, and when I say that, just last year. And then the fireworks the same way. It just grows every single year. I like the new setup that we did, that Mandy executed, I guess you could say. It gave a lot more room, it felt like, at the fireworks. Do we know how many people showed up yet?
We've done some preliminary estimates. We don't have any good way of tracking that. We no longer use Placer AI, which was our best version of that. There are some kind of unofficial ways to do estimates based on 10 by 10 square foot blocks, and just kind of using that calculation. And we did a conservative estimate of 5,000 at the War Memorial. But I do think that's a conservative estimate.
Yeah.
And the fireworks get better and better every year too. So great job to the town.
It was. Maybe you have anything further?
I just wanted to, thank everybody that worked on that, and I'm glad you mentioned Mandy. And he had a lot to do with that as well, and he doesn't usually mention himself, so I want to make sure he was mentioned. I want to thank Anita for helping with the coordinate the trash pickup with Lions Club and the Williamburg Middle School. That was hot. 2 hot, very hot days, and it was men, so they picked the hottest part of the day, 3:30 to 5:30. So I was there the next day at the park, but really, they were saying that even though there was some trash, they were very amazed that our little town didn't have much trash in those 2 locations that they went to. So that has something to say for our town.
Yeah.
And I think the chief is the best person to be the emergency contact doing the updates. And thank you for hiring good quality folks. I enjoyed meeting him tonight. And I think that's it, but every time I say that's it, I think of something else. So
Well, we're still here.
I'm gonna make it it.
Thank you, ma'am. Vice Mayor, anything further?
I just want to echo about the fireworks. They were wonderful as usual. They get better and better, more variety. I hear great comments throughout the whole evening. I know it's a lot of hard work, and it was super hot, and thank you to every single person who had something to do with that, because it was amazing, and I love to show off our town like that. And speaking of heat, I appreciate the updates that we got from our crews, for our crews that are Public Works, and it was so hot, and y'all take care of them, and I really appreciate that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, great time. We started out downtown listening to some live music. Had a friend of mine's son that played, and I ended up meeting three couples from Glimper. And I was talking to some people, and they actually told them I was on town council, and one of the couples has evidently traveled all across the United States to see fireworks. And they think that Vinton has got, he said, "You ever been to Disney?" I have been to Disney. He said, "You been to Charlotte Motor Speedway?" I've been to Charlotte Motor Speedway. Don't they just, Vinton beats them, doesn't it? And I'm there talking to him, and his wife grabs him by the arm and says, "All right, it's 8:15, we got to go," because we were still downtown, so they walked up to the War Memorial. So it was great. And I do want to give a shout out to Nathan. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but anyway, I was part of a crew to build that bus cover road at Vinton Baptist Church. And we ended up having a little bit of a glitch. Anyway, somebody couldn't quite read something proper. Anyway, so we got the county, had to talk to the county. And I don't know if y'all know Morgan Yates or not, but Morgan is the head of the building, and his crew, and we were standing over there talking, and Nathan's name came up, and it makes you feel good to know that you've got people out here representing your town, and they didn't have to say it. Bottom line, when they got through talking, one of the good friends of mine that goes to church with me looks at me. He goes, "That was nice." And he said, they didn't have to say all that. And I said, they didn't. So hats off to you. They definitely respect you and think you're doing a great job, and as we do. So anyway, I want to give you a shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, folks, for all that. And I'll just echo all of it. Fireworks were awesome. The whole evening was really, really special. And we had a great crowd. And I agree. I think 5,000 would be a conservative estimate. And also I walked a couple of block or so away, and there were a lot of people on the streets back there, So it's not just a group that's in front of the War Memorial. And the fourth race, Saturday morning was just awesome. The last I heard, there were 540 folks that had registered for a race, and that doesn't count all the support people and everything. So like Pete said, probably an additional 600 folks here Saturday morning, and it was really neat. It was hot, wasn't it? Gee.
Yes, sir. Oh,
it was hot.
That's why I didn't run. It's too hot. I can't run when it's hot.
I figured that was it, yeah. So,
I like it to be in the 80s, 70s, 80s.
Well, the bottom line on all those things, as I mentioned in the email earlier this week, if we didn't have just a great staff, absolutely great staff, a town this size would never be able to pull all that off. To have two big events like that on July 4th was really incredible. And our staff deserves a lot of credit for it. Chief, I will tell you, one of my, it's not a pet peeve, but one of my spots that I really am kind of sensitive about is the EOP. So I'm glad that you and Mandy are going to be in charge of that. I've seen certain mayors think that that's not their job, but it is the job of our town to keep our citizens as safe as possible. So I have a lot of confidence. I'm glad that you folks are going to be in charge of that, and congratulations on that. Thank you, folks, for everything. I mean, this staff continues to amaze me. We appreciate all you do. That's about all I have. Anything further to come before council this evening?
I do. I have something because I forgot. I forgot to say thanks to Jamie and Mandy for their creativity on disguising the War Memorial.
Oh, yeah.
For the event.
Yeah.
And to Cody for coming out early to
Oh,
Did you ride?
I did not. I was otherwise occupied that morning. So.
I can understand.
Yeah, me too. That's great. I love it.
Mr. Mayor, I do have one thing just to add. Our police chief will not be in attendance at the next council meeting because he will be at the Senior Executive Institute in Charlottesville, the same program that Pete and I attended. So we've been wearing him down for a number of years to attend, and he's been doing all the homework homework in advance. So
It's a lot of homework.
yeah. So we will miss him next meeting, but he's been told to detach and to learn as much as he can.
That's great.
That is a 2-week residential program, so you're really immersed in it for 2 weeks.
I've heard it's pretty intense.
You don't run screaming when it's
Did I
over.
mention it was 2 weeks?
I'll see everybody in that. I think we'll see each other next.
Okay. Well, good for you. Thank you.
Yes, good for you. Certainly appreciate all the efforts, and yeah, I've heard that's pretty intense, so good luck with that. So, as I say, anything further this evening? Thank you folks for the update. There's so much going on, it's hard to keep up with all, so thank you for that. If there's nothing further, I'll entertain a motion. Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, please signify by leaving. Thank you, sir. I couldn't get it up.
Switzerland. No, I think so. Off penalties.